All right, guys, here he is himself, the real deal. Probably nobody, as I mentioned, there's nobody that practices what he preaches more than this guy here, Mr. Lucas Bretz.
How's it going? Hope you guys are all doing great. If not, as always, I hope it gets better for you.
Thanks for having us, Lucas. You gotta show us what you've been working on?
Yeah. We've been doing a lot in this fish barn, so it used to not be anything in here. I've done pretty much all the racks here, which I've got videos on that on my channel, but it's constantly evolving. Considering this is what I spend all my time doing, this is my art. I absolutely love keeping aquariums. And to normal people, the aquariums may look like, oh, these aren't like top of the line, like, oh, these plants aren't all pretty, it's not all pristine. But for me, I've kept tanks like that, and what I've come to learn, it's all about the comfortability of fish. And anytime you can make them feel more comfortable, that's when you'll start seeing better behavior out of them, better color out of them, you'll get more chances to breed out of them. And if you look out in nature, it's not clean out there. There's algae, there's dirty water, there's mold, there's bacteria, there's all kinds of living microorganisms. And anytime you can replicate that, you'll see so many cool behaviors and other things come out of your fish that you may have never really recognized. Actually, if you look at a lot of the aquascape tanks out there, you'll find that they have a lot of small fish in them and not big fish in them, and there's a reason for that, because they don't usually stay in those tanks for a long time, because when you have to feed fish, sometimes that'll produce algae very often, and it's a different kind of world. And I try to share this perspective of connecting with Mother Nature to the community so we can better keep our fish in a more natural sense and make it more enjoyable, because you're not fighting trying to make that tank to be the absolute most pristine. Maybe that's what you want, there's a million ways to do it, but anytime you can make it easier and more enjoyable, that's what the hobby is really about.
Yep, I agree.
That's what we're looking for as keepers, is just something zen, something to play with, something fun, something you can really enjoy. Like, I could never get tired of it. I absolutely love it. I could do this forever. It's one of the hobbies. I've had so many hobbies in my life that I've gotten trophies for and stuff, but this will be the one that will always be with me, because I could do it for 100 years and constantly be learning something new. So everything on my website is homebred, homegrown, and it's just easier than dealing with imports. Plus, I know what's being bred out. I've got multiple community of tanks of different fish that I can keep the genetics deep, and I get them from collectors as well. I've got serious collectoritis, so I try to get the best strains that I can to breed out, and I think it's really important for that to be part of us and hobbyists, because we need more people keeping these. Say we have another shutdown and we can't get fish imported like we normally do, and 90% of a lot of the fish in America at least are imported. So if that goes out the window, a lot of these fish can be in harm's way, because there's a lot of mining, there's palm oil fields and all kinds of stuff destructing a lot of these ecosystems. And if we don't have people keeping them and breeding them, that could be a problem there. And then just as keeping as hobbyists and just keeping it going. So it's good to have more breeders and home breeders for that stuff. So I try to recommend that on my channel and to help people with that kind of journey too. And if you notice in here, it's super quiet. There's no air lines, there's no bubbles, no filters or anything. This is truly all just Mother Nature doing her thing. And I really don't do that many water changes. Granted, water changes are great for plant growth. It's great for getting your fish to grow faster too. So it's not always necessary. And finding a balance in an aquarium like this isn't a magic trick. It's just literally what Mother Nature does. Now, I like to call algae Mother Nature's great equalizer. If it wasn't for that, we'd be in a lot of trouble. So anytime you have algae, it's really a good sign. Don't fret when you have algae, embrace it. But you don't have to spend a ton of money to enjoy aquariums. You can do it on a budget. Since I'm not paying for a filter or anything else fancy like CO2, it's literally just light in the tanks. And the substrate I even got out of my yard, so you can even use that stuff. If you want to learn more about that, I've got all kinds. I've got like 600 videos on my channel been doing this for years. So, and with this fish room build right now, I'm actually just getting to the bones of it. It's really in its infancy. I'm just building it up. We haven't quite really got into a nitty gritty. So I got things like this temporary pond where I like to hold and keep all kinds of different stuff. I've got rainbow fish in there. I've got shellies that are breeding in this pond with all the bigger fish. I've got lucipinnis, all kinds of plants. And with this pond, this is actually only going to be temporary. I plan on doing a whole custom build here, which would be really neat, where it's glass on one side, glass on the other, and then I got something special on the side that is going to be really neat to y'all. I can't really talk about that much because I don't want somebody else taking that idea. I know a lot of people watch this channel and my channel. But as far as the future of this is more breeding area back here, and these will be showcased. I was going to close this off as a wall, maybe do some waterfalls or even a stone wall or something, but I do kind of like having it open. And I meant to share in my last fish room tour video the future of this, but I'm going to share with you guys on Chris's channel. So over here is my shrimp central. This is where I'm going to keep all my shrimp, Neocardinas mostly.
And this is what you were talking about in one of the live streams tonight, was these rock walls and stuff that you build for your shrimp.
Yeah, so this is what I like to do with shrimp. Say if you want to keep shrimp and fish together, it's always best to start your shrimp colony first. But if you put shrimp in there, they'll create a nursery out of this rock pile through all the cracks and crevices. And shrimp are actually a lot smarter than what people would think. They know better when to come in and out when it comes to predation and fish and stuff.
And this rock is all rock that you harvested right out of your yard.
Yeah, this all came from the yard. Yeah, I get a lot of my sand, a lot of my dirt from the yard. Some contrast being black for my shrimp. I like to use Eco Complete because certain color substrates will make certain things pop more. If you put red shrimp on a light substrate, you're not going to have very nice looking red shrimp. But if you put them on a dark substrate, it's good. Then over on this side, I plan on doing a big fry rack system. You see this fry rack system over here? It's going to make this fry rack system look like child's play. Alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build a fry rack system to grow out all my fry, because one of my biggest problems as a breeder, home breeder, is having places for the fry. I mean, a lot of my tanks will look empty, but they're just full of fry. You just can't see them very well. So to help with that and to bring more fish into my fish room, I'm going to build this huge sump system. It's either going to be 2 8-foot systems or a full 16-foot sump system. But up top is going to be a system kind of like my other one, but it's going to be more of a stream system. It's not going to be a container, so it's going to be more shallow stream kind of build. So it's going to be unique, and it should grow a crazy amount of fish. Like, I'm excited about it. It's going to be a hard build, but it's going to be worth it. And this is still part of Shrimp Central. I'll probably do some more 40s here on this side. That'll be like my scriddles and my coal shrimp and maybe some swayzes. Then over here is a hodgepodge of tanks that I had brought with me after the move. I actually sold my house that had hundreds of aquariums in it and moved here to restart and rebuild again, because I kind of hit my goals there at the house and wanted to do it again, because hey, you only live once. And then on the other side of that, I've got some other display tanks over here. I want to make Guppy Central over on these 2 walls eventually. And on these tanks that we saw earlier, I actually want to turn them into high-tech CO2 planer tanks. Since I have kept a lot of tanks like that before, I just want to share all the different ways and kind of have different areas of this fish room to show different ways of keeping aquariums.
Never stop learning.
Never stop learning. And if I could just really share anything with any of you guys that are into this hobby and really like this stuff, whatever it is that you want to do in this hobby, go for it. Don't worry about this, that, and the other. Do what you want to do with it. Only you will know your favorite fish. Only you will know what fish is best for you. Enjoy the rabbit hole. Make it as easy as possible. Try to take the human error out of it and think about Mother Nature and the way that she works. And that'll help you out so much in this hobby.
All right, guys, what do you think of that? There's nobody else that does it like this. This is the man himself, as I told you, Mr. LRB, Lucas Bretz. Thanks so much, man, for having us out. This is outstanding.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming. It was awesome having you
Well,
over
this is
here.
just a cool fish room.
What are you doing? Yeah, you gonna bite me?
I'm teething.
Yeah, you gonna bite me?